first. That's how we always want to get into our Moxie products, and we want to click on MoxiWorks. Once that does load, it will load in your account or in Present, just depending on kind of where you're at in the process of utilizing Moxie. So in order to get to your CRM, to your Engage is right up here where you click Engage. So the step that we're going to talk about today is all of those special dates that our sphere of influence have, right? They all have birthdays. They all have anniversaries. They all, well, not all. Hopefully, once they become your client, they'll have a house anniversary. So Moxie does allow for us to add these special dates into the system. We can sync them right over to our calendars, which we know syncs not only to our Moxie calendar, but it syncs to our Google calendars as well. And then we have the opportunity to turn on some auto settings to make all of our lives easier, because who doesn't want it to be automated for us in order to stay in touch with our sphere of influence on their special dates. So first we want to go into people and my people. And from here, you're going to want to add that date. So maybe you were on Facebook this morning and you saw it was your client, John Doe's birthday, and you're like, I'm going to put that in my MoxiEngage. So next year I'll know that it's his birthday. It's a great touch point. I can reach out. I can give him a phone call, send him a text, whatever it might be. So when you find the person that you're looking for, you simply click on their name once the little hand comes up. And this is going to take them into their Moxie contact card. Now, depending on where they're at in the sales process, they may be a previous buyer or seller. They may be a new buyer or seller. They just may be a family friend that asks you about real estate, right? Because sometimes that's how we grow our sphere of influence, is just having these conversations. Then we want to put them into MoxiEngage to let the system work for us. So once they're in here, and depending on where they're at in the sales flow, you want to go to their profile and go to edit. And then, you may put in more information, you may change some of the information, but what we're talking about today is our dates. So you can click add date, and you have a few options. Like I said, birthday, anniversary, house anniversary, or custom. Because we all know we have special dates outside of those three main dates, right? It may be something like, instead of a birthday, maybe it's an adoption day. Maybe that's the day they adopted a child and you saw it on Facebook, or you were talking to them and you want to notate that so you can congratulate them next year. You can put in any custom dates that you want. So to add this, you click on birthday or custom or whatever it might be, find the date in which that date or in which that resides, and then you click done. Now for right now, that date is just in their profile card. We didn't add it to the calendar because we haven't set it up to auto add it yet. But you can, if you don't want to auto add all your dates, you can do it individually. So now that you have the date in there, you can click right here and add to calendar. Now that's on your calendar, which you can get to from up here. So we started this whole process in people, but you can get to there from calendar as well. On the date that comes up, which good to know my birthday next year is on a Monday, because who doesn't love Monday birthdays? Random, right? It'll automatically come up and you can say happy birthday right from here. If there's phone numbers, it gives you those right there. So as you're going through your calendar for the day, and your sphere of influence people have some of these special dates come up, the system will let you know and you can reach out. Again, keeping that personal relationship with your sphere of influence, but automating some of these things to make your life easier. Now, you just saw me manually add it to the calendar. There is a way to do that automatically so that when you add dates to their profile cards, it will automatically go on your calendar. And that is found, if we want to go back to people and my people, we'll start from fresh here. If we go into the cog in the upper right corner, we talked about a lot of these settings a few weeks ago about how you can really make the workflows and some of these automations work for you and your business. This is another one of those settings that you can go ahead and update. So you want to go to Engage Settings. We talked a lot about the task manager and how to update some of those standardized tasks, but right here is special dates. So if I was to have clicked email on that calendar reminder saying, say happy birthday, this is where that standard message will come in play. You can always update it per consumer or per sphere of influence person that you're reaching out to. But if you want to change the templated comments, you can do that from right here. Again, we're in the cog and in Engage Settings, and then in our special dates. So if you want to update what your standard birthday message says, you can click edit right here. Now, again, per consumer, per sphere of influence person that you're contacting, you can always update it. But this allows you to update your template. Because if you're making the same changes every single time, Just do it in the template, then you don't have to do it on every single consumer. You also have the ability to change that manual function where I manually had to add it to my calendar after I added the date. You can toggle this to on. So as soon as you add the date to the profile card, it'll automatically add it to your calendar. You won't have to go back through and do it again. So when you click edit, again, you can edit your comments here. Calendar reminders toggle on, and auto add you can toggle on. You can see that you can change this as well so that it's different how previous you get that comment. Maybe your thing is you send flowers to every single person that has a birthday. That'd be fantastic. I love flowers. Again, Monday, May 20th. Mark it on your calendars. So you can change when you're actually reminded of that event. Maybe it's a house anniversary, so you want to go through and prepare a property review so that they know what their asset has done for them in the last 12 months. That might take a few days, right? Maybe you want to give yourself a week to get that done. You can set these reminders for however it works best for you. And then you want to turn on the auto add so that it'll automatically add it to your calendar for you. And you won't have to go back through that second step. So any changes that you make, of course, you click save, just like any setting ever. And so now when you go back into your people, again, we get there from people and my people. And when you find the person that you want to update, again, maybe you saw it on Facebook, maybe you were having a conversation with them, so they shared that information with you. You want to go in here right away and notate that. Again, in profile, edit, and then you scroll down until you see where it says dates right here. Now, if I wanted to add an anniversary as opposed to a birthday, or again, you can add those custom dates. And now that I've toggled, well, I toggled the birthday one on. I apologize. I did not toggle the anniversary one on. So we'll go ahead and add a birthday again. And you click done. Because we have it set up to now add to the calendar, it's going to automatically add it to the calendar. So before I had set that auto on, it said add to calendar right there. Now it's automatically on there. It just did it for me because I changed that setting. And again, to change that setting to automate that is in the cog in the upper right corner, engage settings. Go to your special dates, and then birthday, anniversary, house anniversary. You can't change the setting for custom because it's just that it's custom. So each individual custom date that you would add, you would have to go in and re-add that or add that manually to the calendar. Now I'm going to toggle those off so that I don't get all these crazy things on my calendar. But again, that's how you can automate reminding yourself so that you can reach out, because real estate's all about relationships, right? You want to stay in touch with your sphere of influence. People love to feel special on their special days. So this is a really great way for you to stay in touch. That house anniversary one is really important because it's the biggest asset purchase of most people's lives. They want to know what their investment's doing for them. There's no better way to stay in touch with your previous buyers than once a year, do that property review, which, oh, by the way, you can do in Moxie Present. So it stays all right here in one encompassing program. Couldn't be easier to stay in touch with your sphere of influence. Keep in mind, when you see those dates, again, social media, Insta, Facebook, maybe you had a conversation with them, maybe you had a handwritten note on a calendar, transfer that over to Moxie, turn on your automation. It'll automatically add it to your calendar. It'll automatically give you a notification based on the parameters in which you choose. And then you'll be able to stay in touch with your sphere of influence. So that's the topic we wanted to cover for you today. What questions do you guys have for me? Great. Well, I appreciate your time this morning. As always, check out our Moxie Monday playlist on schmidtvideoclassroom.com. And as you're in here working on some of these settings or adding these special dates and you come up with questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for your time today. Bye now.